Hello and welcome. My name is Royden Bailey, and I'm glad you've taken this time, just a moment, to be with me. Today, I'd like to reflect on something we live with every day: words. The words we speak, the things we say to others, and sometimes the things we often say without even thinking. Words are so powerful. A few simple words can lift a person's spirit, bring comfort, restore hope, or make someone feel loved and valued. But words can also wound. Most of us can probably remember something hurtful that was said to us years ago, and somehow those words still remain. And if we're honest, many of us also carry regret over words we ourselves have spoken. Words said too quickly, too harshly, too angrily, sometimes in frustration, sometimes in pride, sometimes because we ourselves were hurting. And that's what I'd like to let us think about today. Because the words we speak are often a reflection of what is happening deep within the heart. Holy Bible tells us, "For the mouth speaks what the heart is full of." Luke 6:45. And I think there is great truth in that. A heart filled with bitterness will often produce bitter words. A heart filled with anger will eventually speak angrily. But a heart shaped by kindness and grace, compassion, love, will begin to speak differently. Not perfectly, but differently. I sometimes think we live in a world where words have become very, very cheap. People speak too quickly, react quickly, judge quickly. Social media has made it easier to say things people would perhaps never say face to face. And sadly, kindness and sometimes can feel rare. Yet I believe deep down most people are longing for gentleness, for understanding, for words that heal rather than wound. Holy Bible reminds us in Proverbs, the tongue has the power of life and death. Proverbs 18:21. And when we really stop and think about it, that we know how true that is. A few harsh words can discourage someone greatly. A cruel comment can stay in a person's heart for years. Yet the opposite is also true. A gentle word, a kind word, a thoughtful word spoken at the right moment can bring comfort and healing. Sometimes people are carrying burdens we know nothing about, and perhaps they do not always need great advice from us. Sometimes they simply need kindness. There have been moments in my own life when I've wished I could take words back. I think most of us know that feeling. A sentence spoken in frustration, an impatient remark, a careless response. And once words leave us, we cannot entirely call them back. That's why the condition of the heart matters so much. Because Christianity is not simply about trying to appear good on the outside, Christ speaks about inner transformation, not merely changing vocabulary, but allowing God to change the heart itself, a softer heart, a gentler spirit, a more compassionate way of seeing others. And when that begins to happen, our words slowly begin to change. We become slower to wound, quicker to listen, more willing to encourage. The Bible says, let your conversation be always full of grace. Colossians 4:6. What a beautiful thought that is, to become people whose words carry grace, not perfection, not superiority, not judgment, but grace. Patience with one another, kindness toward one another, understanding toward one another. And perhaps in a world filled with noise, anger, and division, Christians are called more than ever to speak differently, to speak peacefully, to speak gently, to speak truthfully and lovingly. Maybe today is a gentle reminder for all of us to speak more carefully, more thoughtfully, and more lovingly. Not because we are trying to sound religious, but because our words leave marks on people's lives. And perhaps before we speak, we might quietly ask ourselves, will these words heal or hurt? Will they bring peace or pain? And maybe most importantly, what do my words reveal about my heart? Thank you for spending these moments with me, just a moment. I truly appreciate your company. If these reflections speak to you, you're very welcome to subscribe and return again for another quiet moment together. Until next time, take care of yourself and take care with your words. And just a thought, because sometimes a few gentle words can change someone's day. Peace be with you.